Back here with a Gala update. No fear here, just a small pullback. Okay, we have the daily RSI up at a 92 and a 96, and right now we're down 5.44%. Okay, we're going to look for a bounce area for this thing. We're going to put a Fibonacci on here in a second. I'm going to show you. Got a pretty decent video to show you guys today, and if you haven't yet, please hit the like and subscribe. I would appreciate that very, very much, guys. Helps me out a lot, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic. I got to tell you that. I got the greatest group of supporters and friends in this space. So thank you so much to everybody. All right, first off, I had an article, 100x tokens. All right, they have on here AXS, Alex, and Gala. I never heard of Alex. This is probably a publicity article, okay, for whatever this is. But anyway, if we go back to the last bull run, Gala, the emerging powerhouse, absolutely, this thing, do you know what it did last bull run? I want to show you guys, and I was fortunate enough to get in early on Gala. That's super early, and if I could rewind time, oh my gosh, wow. When this thing first launched back here, okay, I want to show you this. You hit show more here on CoinMarketCap. The all-time low was 0.000151. All right, I got in there. I don't know if it was exactly at that point, but I got 250,000 Gala games for $37.77. Okay, Gala ended up doing a well, let's see here. I'll show you. It was a 5,000 something. Let's take, it had an all-time high of 0.84 divided by 0.000151. It did a 5,562x the last bull run. So if you would have got in right there, okay, every dollar you put in, you would have got $5,562 back. My $37 investment, if I would have sold at the top, which I didn't even sell anywhere near it. I think I got it out when it hit 30 grand or something like that. It would have been close to $200,000 off at 37 bucks. I'm just telling you that to show you the potential in this market. If people don't think Gala can 50x from here to a buck, and it's not even a 50x here. We're at 2.5 cents right now, but roughly a 50x. This crypto market is absolutely crazy. I've never seen stuff like this, and congratulations if you're in here now, because there's not going to be too many more bull runs like this for sure. I believe our next bull run is coming next year. Bitcoin has its halving next April roughly, and the last time this happened in 2020, I remember the Bitcoin halving. It was about 6 months later the market really took off. All right, but never got prices down to them lows again. All right, back here, let me show you real quick Bitcoin. I'll take it out on the weekly so we can see it a little bit better. We zoom out here. Okay, way back here. All right, Bitcoin had its retrace of the 2017 bull run right here in 2019. Came up to the 702, and you can see after it hit that 702, it came down here. All right, COVID was right. This was COVID right here. Okay, so it did come back down to them lows, but it shouldn't have. All right, it should have probably stayed up around this range. All right, and then it was right there, October. There's September, October, that this thing really started gaining ground, and taking off out of here. So it's a lot of fun. If it's your first time, you're gonna be so addicted. It's unbelievable. Bitcoin got its higher high right here and its higher low, and then it really started tearing up out of here. So, but right now I believe we're in a retrace period. So I believe Gala's coming into a retrace. If we get to a 702. We'll dig a little bit deeper in this chart in a second, but just for this thing to get back to a 618 or 702, you'd be looking roughly 44 cents here, 54 cents up at a 702. You know, if it gets up that high, which I'm expecting, worst case scenario, you get a 50% retracement up to 31 cents. Okay, then come back down, flatten out till next spring, you know, and then start rising, you know. So we'll see what happens with that, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper in this chart in a second. I'm going to give you a pullback price here. First off, I want to show you Bitcoin dominance. This thing is just marching and marching and marching. Look at it, broke up through that resistance it had since you know, last bull run when it really plummeted down, and we got this first breakout here. This is on the weekly. If we go to the daily, show you these RSIs. You can see the daily RSIs heading down. Okay, but all right, this thing, it's showing strength. The 12-hour wants to curve up. See that curve on the blue line there? That thing wants to curve up. The 8 and the 4 are on the floor. The 8's on the bottom. The 4's on the bottom. It's just coming up. So this thing is showing strength. You can see in that chart right there, it looks like it wants to take off again. So maybe we get a double top here. You know, maybe if we come up and hit the top again, get a double top, and then it rolls over, or it blasts right through here, one of the two. So Bitcoin itself, this thing is looking great. You know, if we get a pullback here to, we get this Fibonacci perfectly here. The 618 would be 28,863. The 702 is at 28, roughly 28,300. All right, the make sense area would be the 702. That's where you got a lot of support areas through here, right through here. The 618, you know, very well could just come. This thing is showing really good strength here. Okay, it looks like it did an ABC up in here. We zoom in closer and really look at this, you know, on a 4-hour. If you put a fib on here, usually right to that 702, you're doing an ABC. If that's the AB, the C would be finishing up. It looks, you know, it would look about done for an ABC up here, unless it prints a bigger one. But that 29,800, keep an eye on that. If we break that, then this thing's coming down to the lower pullback areas, you know, 28.4, somewhere around there. That's 618, 702 area. But holding strong. The 4-hour RSI's on the bottom, the 8 hours on the bottom, but we got the 12-hour and the daily flipping over. Look at the weekly. Look at that thing. Couldn't ask for a better looking weekly RSI than that. Look at that. That's incredible. This thing, you know, like we talked about earlier, expecting Bitcoin to come up to, I believe it's 48,000. Let's get a shot of this here. A 702 would put it up, yeah, 48,000 bucks. All right, so we'll see what happens. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice, but, you know, expecting something, you know, whoops, that's 2025. You know, it's not going to be like forever. You know, it's May, June, July, October 2024, and then this thing, then the party gets started. You know, that's what I'm expecting. That's what past performance in Bitcoin has shown. So we'll see what happens here. Let's get over to Gala Games here and take a look at this coin and see what we could be looking at for a pullback area. Let's zoom in on the daily. Get rid of that. All right, here we go. This trend line that we put there the other day, you can see we're breaking down through that right now. Okay, so it looks we're definitely getting a pullback. We're breaking the trend. This trend line should actually be up. They change on the different hours. If you have it on a 4-hour trend line, it's going to be different than a daily trend line. Okay, if we zoom in on the hourly, all right, now you can see the break of trend right there. Okay, right through there. So you can see we have broke that trend line. If we zoom out on the 4, let's put a Fibonacci on here and see where this thing could be pulling back to. Okay, we take it right from the bottom to the top. We need some more screen here. There we go. All right, there. Okay, we have a 618 down here. Now we have our blue line in here. Let's highlight that a little bit thicker. There we go. And we have our support line right there. All right, so I'm expecting it to probably, you know, that's 618. would be a decent area for this thing to pull back. Okay, now let's zoom out here on the daily. Some people aren't going to use that wick down here, this wick the whole way down here. You're going to have people putting it up here for the start of the run. Okay, so I'm thinking that between that, we're almost down to the 618 now. Okay, if we go from this area here where we're at, you're supposed to go from the swing low to the swing high, so that's what we're going to use. All right, the 618 is down at 0.0232. That's 702, which would still be outside of this. I'm betting on that 0.0232, okay, for a bounce. Keep an eye on that area. We're going to put a line here like we did last video. We get a bounce. That first area to watch out for as far as resistance is what we hit up here at 0.0284. Okay, if we get through there, this thing could really gain some momentum. Okay, you got the next real massive area of resistance up at 0.037, right up around in that 0.0367, right up in here. Okay, you can see right there would be the next area to watch for. But after this support was lost, that thing fell right down through here. So looks like a lot of open area between 0.028 and 0.036. I'd expect it to get up there pretty fast. So alright guys, watch that 0.0232 as a bounce area. That's the 618 Fibonacci. And thank you so much. Please hit the like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys very soon. Everybody have a great night.